In this shloka also some beautiful knowledge is there. It says, Sukham aitrikam daitya dehu yogena dehinam. The sense gratification which you get. So he said, human life, engage in Bhagavatam, devotional service. Why? Human life is very rare. Then is it very difficult? It's not very difficult, it's natural. Correct? The second shloka. Now he's saying, anyway, what are you doing? We're not doing devotion, we're doing sense gratification. So he's not countering that. He says the sense gratification that you can have in any form of life. This interaction of senses, the sense object, can obtain in any form of life. Animals are also sarvayo. This is very, very important, this point. Sarvatra labhyate daivad. Sarvatra labhyate daivad. It's available everywhere. When dogs have it, cat have it, everybody has it. So what's so excited about sense gratification? Sarvatra labhyate daivad. It's available everywhere. I gave many times an example when I joined as a brahmachari. Many times I told them. I was sitting in a railway station and the same stupid sexton I was disturbing. I was irritated. Suddenly I saw a monkey. He embraced a female monkey forcefully and started doing that same kitch, pitch, kitch. I started thinking, that's all. I also want that all. I don't have anything else in my life? Gave me a lot of renunciation. Sarvata labhyate daivat. If you see every animal, every dog is doing that. What's so big deal about it? Huh? So he's saying, what's so great about it? Sarvata labhyate daivat. Yatha dukkam ayatata. Same way, just like we do not invite distress. Distress just comes to us. So happiness also will come to us. We do not have to plan. It will just come. Tata prayaso na kartavyo. Yatarayo vivah param. Na tatha vindate shemam. Mukunda charanam bhujam. Endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness or economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in the loss of time and energy with no actual profit. If one's endeavors are directed towards Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. So what is happening here? We are meditating on the 5 important instructions given by Prahlad Maharaj to his classmates. Just to recap, the first instruction was very famous shloka. Many a time we go to people, they say, you begin Krishna consciousness. They say it's an old age, not in young time. This is not the time. That's what people say. It's too early. Now you are young, you enjoy. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, no. He's saying, Kaumaram acharet pragno. From childhood we should begin. What we should begin? Dharman Bhagavatam hiya. This Bhagavad Dharma we should begin in childhood. Why? Dullava manusham janma. Because human life is very, very rare. Even though it is temporary, adhruvam, arthadam, it's very valuable. So Mayavadis look at this world, they say this world is illusion. We say this world is not illusion, it is temporary. And through the temporary world, we can get eternal benefit. Therefore, this world is very valuable. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Arthadam. My body is temporary, but I can use it to serve Krishna. Okay, that was first instruction. And the second instruction is Yata Purushasya Vishnu Padapo Parshanam Yata Esha Sarva Bhutanam Priya Atmeshwara Surhet. The second one says that our devotion service to Krishna is very natural. It is not difficult. It is very, very natural. It's not artificial at all. Therefore, as we keep chanting, naturally love of Krishna will come out. We should not artificially try to have spiritual symptoms. That is called sahajiya. That is making it cheap. But when you sincerely do devotion service, automatically love for Krishna will fructify from the core of the heart. Then the third one is says, Sukham aindirkam daitya dehi yogena deviyan sarvatra labhate deva yatha dukkam ayatnataha. He says we should begin in childhood with the first shloka, second shloka is said, do devotion service, that is natural. Third shloka is saying, anyway, what are you doing? You're doing sense gratification. So sense gratification that you are doing, it's available even for animals. What is the big deal about it? What is so special about it? Just like if I have a mobile, I should think what is the best use of this mobile. I can use a mobile as a paperweight. But is that the best use? That's not the best use. So human body, when you look at mirror, we know it's different. So we should think what is the best use of this body. Using it for sense gratification is like using a mobile for paperweight. So the mobile works as a paperweight. Mobile works as a paperweight. But that is not the best use. The same way human body can do sense gratification. But that is not the best use. So Prahlad Maharaj says, don't work for material happiness because it will come to you just like distress comes uninvited. We don't invite distress, it comes. Same way happiness will come on its own. Then he says in the fourth verse, Tat prayaso nakartavyo yata ayu vyaha param nata vindate kshemam mukunda charanam bhujam. Now we come to the fourth shloka. So he says, don't work for economic development. Whole society, people are working hard for economic development. One person was making a skyscraper. One person was making a skyscraper, big building. So somebody asked him, why you are making this building? He said, no, when I make the building, I'll burn it. When I make the building, I'll burn it. Burn it. The same way, we are also trying to have big comforts in this life, but finally the body will be burned.
Why he wants to burn the skyscraper?
Yeah, he's madman.
Huh?
Mad person. So we are also trying to make the body comfortable, but the body has to be burned very soon. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, endeavor for economic development is a waste of time. If he says, if you endeavor for Krishna consciousness, you can attain the spiritual platform. So endeavor is there. This endeavor should not be for sense gratification. Endeavor should be for spiritual advancement. Then he concludes in the 5th verse. Tato yateta kushalaha shemaya bhavamashitaha shariram paurusham yavan navipadyeta pushkalam. Therefore, while in material existence, bhava-ashita, person fully competent to distinguish wrong from right, must endeavor to achieve the highest goal of life as long as the body is stout and strong and is not embarrassed by dwindling. So till we have body has any health, we should try to engage it in spiritual development. Now Prahlad Maharaj after this makes a very beautiful analogy. He divides our life of 100 years. He says first 20 years are wasted. Because first 10 years, child is practically mad. Only parents can make some meaning out of it. But the activities are meaningless. Just running around, meaningless. Spiritually, it's meaningless, simply jumping here. The 10 years to 20 years, next 10 years, he's just playing sports. Again, waste. He's very playful. So spiritually waste. First 20 years are spiritually wasted. Last 20 years, if you live 80 to 100 years, the body is not cooperating. So that is also gone. So remaining is 60 years. 50% of that time we are sleeping. Particularly persons whose senses are uncontrolled, he sleeps 12 hours. So remaining is only 30 years. And in that time he is busy with wife, child. He becomes very agitated when he hears the broken word of the child, pa, pa, or when he hears the wife's sweet voice. So that time is also gone. So there is practically people, he compares us to a silkworm who traps inside himself in the cocoon. So all the friends of Prahlad Maharaj hear all this. And then what happens to them? They become totally convinced. And then they also start dancing with him. And imagine this he is doing. His life is in risk and he's doing this. He's totally fearless. Because he was speaking Krishna consciousness, his father became so angry. He tried to kill him. And then he was sent to Gurukul to brainwash him. Instead of the teachers brainwashing him, he brainwashed the mind of all the friends. Somebody told Prabhupada, why are you brainwashing people? Prabhupada said, yes, the brains in America are so dirty, they need to be washed. So we can see Prahlad Maharaj, such a successful preacher. The children of demons were not so polluted into sinful activities. Again, so he is an ideal, our guru, and a wonderful example. Prahlad Maharaj is our guru. Prabhupada said he's a guru and a perfect example. No way his bhakti could have been stopped. Srila Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, both.